So I saw last night that our local dealer has finally gotten in their load of 2024 Chargers sometime in the last week or so, because I've been going by there. I'm wanting to see one of these cars in the flesh. Like, I've seen the videos of them, I've seen pictures of them, but I've never seen one, where I could actually touch the thing. So they're finally here. It's so the 2024s are in. Today is, I think, February 23rd, 2025. So yeah, it's a good thing we got the 2024s in. So at any rate, I see that they got a load of them in, and I want to go take a look. So it's funny because last night I told Kathy, I says, they got some Chargers over there. I'm going to grab the GoPro and take a ride. So she says, take one for a test drive. Go for a test drive at one. And I was like, right away, I was like, no, I'm not going to take one for a test drive. She was like, why not? That'll make great video. Take one for a ride. And I had to think about it for a second, because it was like a knee-jerk repulsion to the idea. It was like when you smell rotting meat, you're just like, right? That was, I swear to God, that was exactly how I felt about it, but I didn't really know why. And then after I processed it for a minute or so, it dawned on me, and it's because I have far too much dignity to ever pretend to have interest in a car that makes fake exhaust noises and has a fake shifter and makes fake shifting sounds and a fake power bulge hood over its frunk. There's just no way. I can't pretend I have enough interest in this thing to take it for a ride. And also, I feel bad for the guys who are trying to sell these things, because, I mean, they don't need some ding-dong from YouTube wasting their time it's going to slam the car that they're trying to sell. So let's just let all of that slide, right? There's just no way I'm going to drive one of these things. But I am curious because I've never seen one in the flesh. And in my opinion, a lot of people may disagree, but in my opinion, I think it's a beautiful car. I think that it's in the spirit, at least cosmetically, of the second generation Charger, the 68 to 70s. It just clicks that in my head. Whether or not it's accurate or not, I don't know. But I think it's a beautiful car. So even though they're doomed to failures, electronic failures, because honestly, they haven't figured out the problems with these things yet. They're still, now that's the other thing too. So I went to my the local dealer's inventory, and they have a bunch of these things in. They probably got like 8 or 10 of them, but only like 3 of them are available to be viewed. The rest of them are someplace in the back of the lot being prepared. I don't know how much preparation it takes for something like this, but does that mean that they're bricked in the back of the lot, that they haven't received their updates to go yet? But anyway, I understand that at this point, we're literally beating the zombie of a dead horse. But the bodies are out there. There are gasoline-powered versions coming. And again, I'm not against this thing because it's an EV at all. Okay, that's not the problem. It's that it's an EV pretending to be a gasoline car. But the Hurricane motor, which has its own issues, I've been following up on that also. The Hurricane motor is definitely going in it, and evidently, supposedly, the Hemi's coming back in it. So let's not even talk about that. Let's not judge just yet. But the bodies are out there. There's thousands of these EVs that they've built. They've only sold like 200 of them. As far as I know, as of right now, they've only sold, or they have sold less than 200 total. It's absolutely insane. So these bodies are going to be out there. And like I said, it's a beautiful body. And I bet you'll be able to pick these things up really cheap. I mean, really, really cheap. 2 years, 3 years down the road when they're all at Copart. And you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I'll take this body for $4,000, $5,000, sure. So let's go there and let's actually look at one in the flesh and see where it goes from there. Let's take a ride. So I drove around a lot. They've only got these 3 that are sitting out here. Wow. So my first impression of this thing is that it's big. It's a lot bigger than it appears in video. Wide. Man, is it wide. Yeah, I know this isn't doing it justice because you're seeing the same thing that I've been seeing all along. But when you actually stand by one of these cars, that is a wide car. Beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And it's filthy. Like, I mean, really filthy. Geez, do you remember the days when a dealer would put cars on the front line and they would like polish them like jewels? These things are a mess. You know, okay, it's winter, I get it, but still. Really nice wheels. Look at this. I mean, come on, seriously, clean it up just a little bit. I wonder what those are. Are they functional? Where does that lead from? And it wouldn't be brake cooling. That doesn't make any sense. They're behind the wheels. Oh God, and there's the... Oh God, I'm embarrassed to even show this thing. I apologize to all of my Mopar ancestors. Oh God. All right. The rear end treatment is pretty cool, I gotta tell you though. I like the inset lights. Very cool. Yeah, the stylists really nailed this thing. I mean, it's tight. It's tight. And I like the way, so it doesn't have the same ledge as the 68, the 70s, but I do like the way they split up the body line. Because remember, on the earlier cars, you know, the top of the front fender kind of comes over the top and then the bottom crease comes up. It's definitely in the spirit. Like they were looking at a 68 Charger when they drew this thing. Very nice. Very nice. So here's something that has puzzled me from the very beginning, and it just dawned on me why they did this. Okay, so they've got this front spoiler, but it's not a spoiler, it's a air dam built into the nose, and I just realized why they did it is to get some droop out of the front sheet metal. Plastic, sheet plastic, because it's aerodynamically, it's nonsense. If it had any potential for functionality, it would have been incorporated into cars 50, 60 years ago. If you understand the way aerodynamics work at the front of a car, you understand why that makes no sense. But I get it now, because what they did was they probably drew this thing out and they sketched it out. The front fender probably followed the contour of the hood. And that wouldn't work. It would droop. It would look like a 1995 Saturn. So I guess in order to justify raising the front corner of the fender, they just created this thing. That's beautiful, beautiful. And hopefully future cars, they'll do away with that. This is freaking silly. And of course you got the power bulge over your frunk. So it looks like it's big enough to carry a extra large box of tampons on top of whatever else you're going to put in there. Oh, Jesus. That's one big ass mirror. Okay. And there's the fake shifter. That's awesome. I bet your rubber girlfriend would absolutely flip over that. That's a stage 1. I apologize to all of the Buick fans out there. Alright, so these are both, looks to be identical RT stage 1s. Black one. What's this? Okay, that's yeah. That's a stage 2. They robbed the Super B emblem and it says stage 2 underneath it. It should say scumbag for stealing our precious Mopar legacy and sticking it on that. But yeah, that's a stage 2. I don't know what it means. I don't care what it means. That's a stunning car right there. The color combination and the wheels, that's really nice. Alright, so here's my first look at a 2024 Dodge Charger. Oh, God. All right, let me see if I can find a sticker on this thing here. Base price $57,000. Okay. So you're out the door. Total price of $70,970. Yeah, I think I saw a lot of these. But I did see in the ad that they've got a $3,000 like discount from Dodge, and the dealership is kicking in like another $6,500 or so. So $59,000, $58,000, like that. That's a little bit more reasonable, but I think they're gonna have to drop the price even further to really spur the interest in these things. $30,000. Okay, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you now, right? At $58,000. If that car didn't have the fake exhaust, I know some of you guys are going to say, well, you could turn off the fake exhaust. Yeah, but then I would be like in a grouping of people who drive cars that have fake exhausts, and I don't ever want to be mistaken for them. So if it wasn't for the fake exhaust, the fake shifter, the front lump, and whatever the hell that is, I could see myself buying one of these things in that $58,000 range. If it was an honest car, if it was an honest representation of what it is, you know, it's an EV. God, this is such a travesty. All right, but that's it. I've had my look. It's big. It's big. Look how majestic the XJ is. Yes. All right, that was fun. I got to get out of here. I'm always so self-conscious. I envy the YouTubers that are able to just whip out a camera and start talking, you know, anywhere, anytime. I'm not one of those guys. It's like I know people driving by and saying, "Oh, look, it's an influencer." I'm out of here. I'll see you tomorrow.